Hello everyone, I am Dr. Nitin Kumar Arora, the founder of PhyX Solutions. Today I welcome you all to the official YouTube channel of PhyX Solutions. As you all know, we all are here today for the live discussion on the topic, the impact of anxiety on sports individuals' health. So how does a sports individual cope up with the stress of the environment, the peer pressure, the stage pressure, the people, the crowd, and everything? If you visit a match, you see that a player is standing amid a field with other group of players. Let's say a team, two teams are standing, be it football, cricket match, or anything, and they are competing against each other. When they are performing nicely, the crowd sitting in the stadia is just shouting like anything. They are appraising them, they are pretending as if it's going great. But as soon as the things goes bad, because every day is not the same, every day the camel sits the other way. You don't know which way the wind is gonna turn. So the other day, if the athlete is not performing well, what happens is that the crowd is impulsive. They are criticizing. They are putting lot of pressure. Second is the media that has to do a lot with this sort of thing. They put psychological pressure on the athlete all the time that the particular person is not performing like this or that. So what happens? So the athlete has to cope up with the media pressure, peer pressure. Peer means the one player is there who was performing nice earlier, but right now his batchmate or his friend is performing better than him. So that way he would have either to perform better or he would go into anxiety and depression. So they have to cope up with all these stresses. Along with that, they have their coach pressure. Coach is all the time telling them you have to perform nice, because earlier the games used to be like sports is something that has the tendency to give you an impulse that you have to win. Ideally, sports should be for encouragement, for experience, for entertainment. It should not be just for sake of winning. It is a the inner sense of sports means that it is a disciplined teamwork that you are working upon. It is not something that an individual is working alone in solitude and not working with anyone else. So when someone is working with other people, the ideal essence of the sport should be working and playing and entertaining others and getting entertainment yourself. But in the meanwhile, some of the athletes get the pressure that they have to win anyhow, especially the bigger names in the sporting events, the world number one champions, and then this and that. Even if I talk about one example, you might have heard of Michael Phelps, who has won the gold medal a number of times. But in 2012 Olympic, before getting 3 gold medals, he just told the media personnel that I am feeling anxious, I'm feeling depressive symptoms. So even a gold medalist who had been the gold medalist in the past and is still continuing the same is under depression and anxiety because of the peer pressure, the coach pressure, family pressure, financial component, then their obligations with the advertisement teams, advertisement companies and all. So they are so much divided into everything, and they still have to perform well. They have to work in a proper way to get the best possible things out of it, because they don't want their sporting event to suffer. They don't want that their sporting event should go down. So they want the performance should be at the optimal level, and for that thing they do anything they want. And in the meantime, in the process of getting anything they want, they go into depression and anxiety. So that is what that is the need of the hour. We need to train the athletes, and likewise you can apply the same principles to the students and college going students as well, because they are more or less the same. The only difference is physical exertion. So the athlete gets a more of physical exertion as well, whereas in a student it's more of a mental exertion only with a bit of physical exertion if they engage in some physical activity. So these principles which will be discussed later can be applied anywhere, be it specifically athletic events and to the general student population as well. So for this event, I would like to introduce our eminent speaker from United States of America, Dr. Cherry D. Polosco. Dr. Cherry Polosco had completed her diploma and then her bachelor's, master's and doctor of education majors in educational management from the New Era Educational Society of Philippines. Along with that, she had been a certified child psychologist, a life coach, a mentor, mindfulness licensed therapist, anxiety awareness licensed therapist, and a test administrator of the AIR in the USA. Along with that, she has been actively involved with the IMSC Comprehensive Certification under the Multisensory Education Institute. Talking about her work experience, it's so extensive and I would be covering that in short, and that includes she had been a special educator. She had been a special educator and a school psychologist in the TEE School Psychology license with a value add guidance and psychometrician, along with being a licensed professional teacher and psychometrician. She had been the psychology professor in the College of Arts and Science in the New Era University in Philippines, and she had also held the position of the guidance and counseling staff in New Era, Quezon City, Philippines. And last but not the least, she had been the HR Development Assistant Manager in the Malabon Metro, Manila, Philippines. Talking about, she had been affiliated to a number of organizations including NASP, ABAI, CEC, PRC, PAP and a number of others as well. She had been actively engaged with a number of international and national conferences, webinars, forums and talks. She had traveled to the USA, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Hong Kong and China for delivering the lectures, and still she is continuing the same. And now this India, our country, has also added on to that list. Along with that, she has some special skills that include conducting these workshops and teaching basic and advanced courses in schools and colleges, and she has been involved in active administration as well. So I would like to welcome Dr. Cherry D. Polosco for this session today that we are gonna have right now, right after this section. Alright, stay tuned, stay connected. See you all there in the session.